What's up guys, Steve here with another stimulus package update, and today we're going to be talking about the unemployment benefits that are available for the tens of millions of Americans that have lost their jobs. And right now those benefits, some of them, the FPUC $600 boost on top of regular unemployment benefits, is expiring. So this is a very important topic, and in my opinion one of the most urgent and also one of the most highly disagreed upon amongst members of Congress right now. I'm going to try to get you guys caught up to speed and let you guys know what's available and what's going to happen. So I'm going to go over what has been provided in the CARES Act, what was available and some of which is still available to you, what is being proposed in the new HEALS Act that was just released by the Senate and the Republicans there, what has been released in the HEROES Act from Democrats in the House of Representatives. And I've done something special today that I haven't seen anybody else do yet. I put together a chart, a graph that breaks down all of the different options of what possibly could unfold with unemployment benefits and the FPUC boost. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys. I hope it's going to provide you with some clarity as to what we can see unfold. And I feel like this is a very worthwhile topic for tens of millions of Americans that I can relate to, because I was hit so hard in the last recession. I know what it's like, and I just want to hopefully be somebody that can keep you guys up to date on information and let you know what's available to you and what's coming so you can prepare. And if you like that, if you think that's a worthwhile cause, if you could do me one quick favor, and that would just simply be to smash the like button. The success of a YouTube channel is pretty much based on its interactions, so when you hit the like button and you leave comments, it helps me out. I would appreciate it. And if you guys would like to get more updates like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that way every time I upload, you guys can get notified right away. But let's dive in right now so I can get you guys this information as to what's taking place as of today, Wednesday, July 29th, 2020. All right, so first a little bit of context for you. As a result of the pandemic, we had to shelter in place and tens of millions of Americans lost their jobs seemingly overnight. As a result, the United States of America passed the third stimulus package known as the CARES Act, which provided provisions for unemployment benefits. Now, there's three main ones that you need to know. I'm not going to go over them in detail. I did that in another video. You can go ahead and check it out right here. Please check it out. If you're assuming that you do not qualify for unemployment benefits, you may be very wrong. There's additional provisions made specifically for you, for the self-employed, for people that have lost out, they've exhausted their benefits. There's extensions in there, so please take a look at that video and take a look at them. But today we're going to be talking about the FPUC benefit, which was provided in the CARES Act, which added an additional $600 per week on top of your regular unemployment benefits. Now, this is set to expire July 31st, and as of the day that I'm making this video, pretty much everybody in America has received the last of those benefits. So this is very urgent at this time because we still have tens of millions of Americans that are unemployed with no end in sight to the pandemic. So the good news is that the FPUC benefit, which is expiring, has bipartisan agreement from both parties, Republicans and Democrats, that it needs to be extended. Both of the bills that they have provided, the HEROES Act and the HEALS Act, both provide extensions for the FPUC benefit. However, there is a huge disagreement as to how much the amount should be. In the HEROES Act, it proposes that we maintain the $600 a week bonus on top of regular unemployment benefits. And in the HEALS Act that was just provided this week, it is very different. All right, so I'm going to attempt to explain this to you, and if I lose you, don't worry. After this, very shortly, I'm going to be showing you the visual graphic that I think is going to help out a lot. In the HEALS Act, here's what it proposes. It proposes that we reduce the $600 weekly benefit down to $200 a week for the first 2 months. Then after the first 2 months, then we're going to be changing it to 70% of the recipient's original wages earned up to a total of $500 for both their state and federal benefits. So that would be a $500 total, not on top, just total. All right, so I'm going to be sharing with you this graphic that I created, and hopefully this helps clear things up and doesn't just make it more confusing than it already is. Keep in mind while we're looking at this too, that we still have to go through negotiations. That the HEALS Act is probably the lowest version of benefits that we're going to be receiving, and the HEROES Act is probably the highest. And there's a chance that through negotiations we might meet somewhere in the middle. And to share the logic behind these two, the HEROES Act, the logic behind it is that we just need to continue these benefits because there's still tens of millions of people that are unemployed and they need this to help get through this difficult time. Now, the HEALS Act, the logic behind that is that there's a lot of people that are currently receiving these unemployment benefits that are making more money unemployed than they were when they were working. So they don't want to incentivize people to stay unemployed. They want to incentivize them to get back out into the workforce. So they're hoping that this will kind of in steps tear down their unemployment and incentivize them to get back out there, as they'll be receiving significantly less as it steps down. All right, so here's a look at the graph I created. We're going to be looking at wages, unemployment wages, the boost, the weekly benefit total, the monthly total, and the percentage of original wages earned. And we're going to be looking at this if you were employed, unemployed, on the CARES Act, HEROES Act, or Phase 1 or 2 of the HEALS Act. Now, in order for me to get some information about numbers, I had to go ahead and pull a CNBC News report from April of 2020 where it identified that $378 per week is the national average of unemployment benefits collected by recipients. It also mentioned that 45% of original wages earned is that $378. So with that information, I was able to calculate that $43,680 is the national average income of a recipient. Another side note of something that I thought was interesting was that it said that Mississippi is actually the lowest average with $213 a week, and Massachusetts is the highest at $550 a week. So we're going to go through this and I'm going to reveal the numbers as we go, so that way it's exciting. And we're going to take a look at this right now. All right, so to start, let's set the standard. If you make $43,680, the annual average income, then you'll be making $840 a week, which is $3,360 a month, which is 100% of your total wages. Now, if you become unemployed, let's say you're going to be collecting 45% of those original wages, that's going to be $378 a week, which comes out to $1,512 a month. And again, that's 45% of your original wages. On the CARES Act, you receive that $378 plus an additional $600 boost, coming out to $978 a week for $3,912 a month, which is 116% of your original wages. Now, herein lies the discrepancy. This is where some people have an issue because they're saying that people now are collecting more on unemployment when they were actually working. So in the HEROES Act, it actually proposes that we just continue this. We extend this out and people still collect more than 100% of their wages, which is actually the case they're saying for about 5 out of 6 people that are currently on unemployment. Now, the HEALS Act has 2 different phases. So for the first 2 months, we will see Phase 1, which adds $200 of benefits onto that $378 for a total of $578 of weekly benefits, coming out to $2,312 per month, which is roughly 69% of the original wages. So we're coming down to about 70% of the original wages. Now, Phase 2, which says that you can only collect 70% of your original wages up to a total of $500, means that that $378 would have an FPUC boost of $122 for $500 a week, $2,000 a month, and drops you down to 60% of your original wages. So again, the logic here is that it's going to be incentivizing people to go out and get back into the workforce because their unemployments are stepping down with every phase. And you guys, please do me a favor and keep in mind the fact that I'm not an attorney, I'm not an accountant, and I don't work for the unemployment office. I pulled these numbers from a CNBC News report and I just used them to try to put together a graph, a visual, and it's meant to be an example to help you guys out. And I know it's going to vary from state to state. I know some people are going to make a lot more, a lot less, and everyone's going to have different situations. This is just meant to be an example to help provide a visual to help you guys out. And again, feel free to use this, snapshot it or whatever if it helps. Well, you guys, I hope that was helpful and that it made it a little bit more clear and not more confusing than it already is. And just know that whatever unfolds, we're still going to go through negotiations here, that I will be sure to share it here in my channel. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that way every time I upload, you're notified. And if you could do me a really quick favor, it will help me out a ton. It'll just take a second. Hit that like button. My YouTube success is pretty much based on the interaction. So the likes and the comments, I greatly appreciate them. Thank you so much. And if you'd like to get a chance to get 2 free stocks, there's a link in the description below. When you download the Webull app using the link that I have down below, you can get 2 free stocks when you fund your account with as little as $100. And one of those stocks can be valued up to $1,400. And know that I will continue to upload stuff. I hope this reaches you well. I hope this was helpful. God bless. This is Steve.